Manchester United just released some figures. Alex Crook has been taking them in. There's one sort of standout bit that's of interest. Good afternoon, Alex.
Afternoon, boys.
14.5 million to say goodbye to Eric Ten Hag and his team and other assorted coaching staff. I mean, well done, everybody, giving him a new contract in the summer.
Yeah, as you say, it doesn't make great reading for Ineos or for Sir Jim Ratcliffe or any of the hierarchy really at Old Trafford. These are the results for the last financial quarter of 2024, to include the departure not just of Eric Ten Hag, but Dan Ashworth, of course, who came in as director of football. He was the man who was billed as being responsible for turning around the fortunes of this football club, and spent almost as long on gardening leave, having left Newcastle, as he did in situ before Sir Jim Ratcliffe decided he wasn't the right man either. So, yeah, that figure you've mentioned actually is the cost, not just of replacing Ten Hag and his coaching staff, but of Dan Ashworth as well. £10.4 million to change the manager and his coaches, or their compensation anyway. £4.1 million paid in compensation to Dan Ashworth. So nice work if you can get it as far as he's concerned. All in all, they've lost £26.4 million so far this season, Manchester United. And maybe this explains why Sir Jim Ratcliffe is having to be so ruthless in terms of the redundancies that he's made, the ticket prices being increased, which is something actually the Glazers could never really be given stick for. And I was trying to work out how many £66 tickets, that's how much it costs to take even a junior to Old Trafford now. How many of those would you need to sell to get back £4.1 million you paid Dan Ashworth for 5 months' work?
Yeah, you're right. The optics not good.
It's so bad. You know, instead of sacking 150 people, and some of them have been there for a lifetime and done a great service, why don't you fire the person who gave... what's his name? Ten Hag a new contract.
Yeah. Also,
why don't you fire him?
Well, Rafa Varane...
he'd have to fire himself. Sorry.
Rafa Varane has been saying today he was surprised they gave him a new contract. It wasn't going well. It's not good look, is it, Alex?
Oh, because they won the cup. That's why they did.
I guess.
Knee jerk.
Yeah, I think it was knee-jerk, and I also think they looked around. As we know, they spoke to various managers over the summer. Some didn't want the job, like Thomas Tuchel. Some they didn't feel were the right fit, like Ruben Amorim, who was actually presented to them in the summer, and they thought then, as I understand it, that his rigid playing style probably didn't suit the squad. And if you look at recent results, they were probably right with that call, but obviously Amorim ended up getting the job anyway. Interesting, those comments from Raphael Varane, because they painted Eric Ten Hag as quite a strict manager, someone who was trying to instill discipline in the dressing room. I think a lot of Manchester United fans felt that was the right way to go. And obviously Ruben Amorim is trying to do that as well. We've seen his treatment with Marcus Rashford. So it does beg the question, was the problem Eric Ten Hag, or was it deeper than that? I would suggest probably the latter, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe is finding that out the hard way. And this at a time when Manchester United lost £300 million in the last 3 years.
Do you think Ineos are ever going to get this right, between them and the Glazers? I can't see it. The way they've gone about this job so far has been a disaster.
I agree. And actually, I tweeted on Sunday night, I'm trying not to get angry as a Manchester United fan about the direction of travel of the football club, but it's impossible not to, because the squad is as bad as it's been, certainly in my lifetime. The soul seems to have been ripped out of the football club with these decisions that Ineos are making behind the scenes, and you've alluded to it, making long-serving popular staff members redundant, and it's not translating to positive results on the pitch. 29% win rate for Ruben Amorim since he came in. That's comfortably lower than any other manager in the post-Sir Alex Ferguson era. And I have to say, and a lot of United fans are starting to agree with me, I've not seen enough from Ineos in their year in charge to suggest it's going to change for the better anytime soon.
Alex, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Alex Crook there, reacting to those figures out of Manchester United. Interested to hear from the Manchester United fans how you feel about that. You've seen your ticket prices go up. Maybe, people have been laid off. talkSPORT.com, text 81089, tweet TSH and J, 03717 223344.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons, 1 till 4. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.